Famous AAA.
Famous AAA.
Make sure you're loud and clear.
Okay. AAA. Let's just jump straight into it, man. Before we do anything, smash that like. You know what, man? Listen. People are entertaining the fact that Gary Russel Jr. and Terrence Crawford had some conflict back in the days, and now it's spoiled over to 2020, where people feel that Gary Russel Jr. sending Terrence Crawford a contract is something to really get hyped and aroused about. If you ask me, to be totally honest, what does this do for Terrence Crawford? If Crawford takes this fight, right? Let's say Crawford takes this fight. Then the next fight that should happen will be Benavidez versus Deontay Wilder. And then the next fight after that should happen will be Pacquiao versus Canelo. And the next fight, Gervonta Davis versus Jamal Charlo, and so on and so forth. So how does that sound correct? Or does it sound like this is like a circus here now? You know what I'm saying? I'm far removed from all feelings for any particular boxer, or this is my guy, I'm riding with. I'm going off logic and real boxing, because people are not taking that into consideration. I think they taking this as a time to ride on Terrence Crawford, or ride on somebody like that was that's the thing to do nowadays. But listen, man, at the end of the day, that is ridiculous. That is just crazy. Terrence Crawford versus Gary Russel Jr. Let's be for real. If this pandemic wasn't going on right now, none of y'all would be entertaining this, because who would show up to that actual boxing match? Let's get that correct. You know what I'm saying? I think people got a lot of time on their hands to entertain foolish stuff, or they just playing into the fans of they, PBC, and like y'all still doing the side of the street. I thought people was past that, man. I've been going 6 months, and you know what I'm saying, I come back with a refreshed mind state, and people still with that same mind state. So people would rather see Gary Russel Jr. Take on Terrence Crawford and think if he don't take him that he's ducking him. You know what I'm saying? Verbal assault in boxing is cool, but somebody in your weight class. Anybody can say anything they want. You know? Gary Russel Jr. versus Crawford is just ridiculous, but some people want to entertain it. I don't find or see where, like, how does that match up? You know what I'm saying? That is crazy. That's just a super mismatch. You know what I'm saying? On attributes alone. Reach, height, weight, strength. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, let's just put it like this, and I can just give a little breakdown. Let's just say Gary Russell Jr. is in there with Crawford. All Crawford got to do is hold the man and tie him down. He can make the fight last for 3 rounds. Just by holding Gary Russell Jr., making him lose his strength. The 4th round, just go in there and start whipping on him, and it's over. You know what I'm saying? Gary Russell Jr. very skillful, but for his weight class. You know what I'm saying? For his weight class. I don't know if the notion is still going on from everybody still being, oh, I'm a Spence fan, and I'm a this, and I'm a that. Look, I'm so far removed, so if you are, that's cool. But let's bring, like, some people losing logic here, some people losing credibility, and I got to keep my credibility all the way a buck. You know what I'm saying? All the way a buck. I'm going to throw it straight down the pipe. I'm not into he say, she say, what the trainer said, this, that, and the third, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Keith Thurman asking for the fight. And now, but at the same time, I could have sworn Keith Thurman said Crawford doesn't bring. See, and that's just me. Now, that's like me if I was to go back in time and start talking like that. I'm far removed from that, man. I'm just going by logic. If this fight happens, like I said, I want to see Benavidez versus Wilder. I want to see Gervonta Davis versus Jamal Charlo, and I want to see Pacquiao versus Canelo Alvarez, and I don't want to hear a single peep out of y'all. But y'all here for the entertainment, and I'm not gonna entertain it like that. Y'all tripping, man. So on that note, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. I already know a lot of y'all don't like Bud Crawford, and that's fine with me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no alliance with no fighters. You know what I'm saying? Wilder's still a king, but in my eyes, this is getting ridiculous, man. This is turning into a circus if y'all amping this fight on, saying Crawford gonna duck Gary Russell Jr. If y'all think that, then y'all just on the bandwagon for real. So y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Everything is still a sport. So where's my sportsmanship award? And just like that, famous is